Okay, so I'm going to work through a couple of the workbook pages with you. This is Unit I, Lecture Part 2, so that you're not missing out anything that we would have covered if we were face-to-face. I know that some of you really appreciate going through the book step by step after reviewing the lecture content, so that's what we're going to do. My text editor of choice at this point is going to be Visual Studio Code. So I have it open down here, and then I opened up, like the book said, the H1 file, named it as rooms.html, and then the CSS file and named it as styles.css. And then what I always do, and I recommend, is opening up the page in a browser so that as you make changes you can refresh and see how it's turning out, just testing it. So this is what rooms.html looks like right now before we've done anything. I'm on page 236, and so that would be step 1 that we just did, renaming the file. So step 2 says in the comment, yeah, we'll skip that. It says to put in the date, blah, blah, blah. Step 3, in your browser, open it up, which we did. It said then adjust the width of your browser's window to view the page as narrow as possible and as wide as possible. And then more narrow again until the boxes that enclose the room images are the same width as the images themselves without causing the images to reduce. Okay, so I'm in the browser here. I'm going to make it smaller. And it was talking about the images. And then let's see. Go down here. Okay. There. So it said until the images reduce. Okay. As narrow as possible, as wide as possible, and then more narrow again until the boxes that enclose the room images are the same width as the images themselves without causing the images to reduce size. So I think we accomplished that there. Open the developer tools, hover over the article tag, then note the dimensions in the browser window. Okay, so when it says developer tools, it's usually meaning Chrome. Dun dun dun. Okay, so let's view, and let's go to, let's see, Explorer. I used Visual Studio Code, which is a Microsoft product, so they definitely, of course, promote Explorer. So let's go to Chrome here. I'm going to go over to IE, grab this address here, Control C, go into here, Control V, enter. There we go. Sorry, Internet Explorer, we are going to Chrome. And I'm going to grab this here. Scroll down. There's our image again. And then size it. There. Okay. And then let's grab our developer tools. I hit this little menu here, and I go down to more tools, and then I go to developer tools. If you guys haven't played around with this, you definitely need to. It is by far the best developer tools out of all the different browsers, in my opinion. It's very responsive. Okay, and then it says no breakpoints are identified. And then it says, I'm going to open this back up to look at the developer tools. Okay. There, love it. Okay. And if you noticed, as I was doing that, it was telling me the screen width over here in the top corner. Pretty neat. So clicking on this. And so there's our HTML right here. And then it says, hover over the article tag, then note the dimensions displayed in the browser window. So let's go find our article tag. which is our line 39. Okay, so click on Elements, then click on Article, and you notice when you do that, you will see that it actually, look, as you hover over each area, it's giving you the dimensions and telling you where you're located here. And you can actually open them up and keep going down, and you will see the various areas. Pretty neat, right? So it looks like we're about 424 by 56. And note the dimensions in the browser window. The first dimension displayed is the width, and that's our breakpoint. So we're going to go, the book says let's go with 460, so we're going to go with that. I went a little too small. So if I go 476, 472, 466, 62, 460. Okay, so that's what we're going to keep at, 460. Okay. It says return to our styles.css in our editor. Here we go. And scroll down to the end of the document. I'm going to scroll down here. Look at all of our styles. We have so many styles now. Okay, and if you notice here, I don't know if you remember, we did this in the first couple weeks. This is a media query, and this is saying @media print. So when it printed, we removed the background and we made it white. We removed the background image. So we are going to apply the media query, but this time based on screen size. So it says, then above the print styles comment, so right here, we're going to add a comment, another one, so /star, and we're going to call it small screen /tablet styles, and then star / again. And then we're going to type our first media query @media space screen, and this is where we put in our actual rule in parentheses, min dash width colon, and we're going to do that 460 pixels. And then outside of the parenthesis, we're going to put a comma, and then we're going to type the word print, and then space, curly bracket, and then enter to crack it open. This code creates the breakpoint at the minimum browser width of 460, or for any printed layout. So we are applying it to two different media types. Now within the braces for the new media query, we're going to enter quite a few style rules. Let's see. Pull these style rules here. We are going to put in article. And another curly bracket, so it's an embedded style within the media query style. So think of it how we have the external style sheet and internal style. This is an internal style sheet within an external style sheet. How about that, right? So article, and then this is going to be padding, colon 2%, percent, semicolon, and we're going to close that rule. And then above my closing curly bracket, I'm still within the same. We're going to apply a figure style. Crack that one open. And we're going to do a border, colon, 1 pixel, solid, hashtag color is going to be CCC, semicolon. Oh, it would help if I hit the right key. And again with Visual Studio Code, it shows us the color, which is a gray color. Nice. Our padding is going to be 2%. Notice we're applying percentages here, so it's responsive. And then the box shadow is going to be 0, 10 pixels, space 6 pixels, space negative 6 pixels, space 777, semicolon. Remember, it's top, right, bottom, left for these figures here, and for the shadow. And then the color of the drop shadow is going to be the darker gray. And then display, colon, space, inline block. And that's going to be the end of that style there for our figure. And then we're going to style our section, curly bracket, cracking it open, text align, space center, and then section H3, section P. So we're going to apply this last style to all those different elements right there. And it's going to be a text align left. And then make sure that that rule is closed, and then our overall rule here for the media query is closed. And then go ahead and click Save, File, Save. Okay, and that was all step 6. Okay, step 7, save your changes and reload rooms.html in your browser and drag the window to its narrowest width, then widen the window until the layout changes to match figure I3. Okay, so let's see what we have done here. So if we refresh this, ooh, I can tell it's already looking nice. There was a slight change already. Okay, so if we go up here, I want to be able to, there we go. So it said to go to the narrowest, ooh, and then it said to start widening it. And at the width of at least 460, the padding is added to the article. So let's see, when we get to 460, watch. And see it happen? Boom. So at 460, the padding was added to the article around the article element, and it had the background images now visible around the edges. We did that with the media query. And then we added a border, padding, and a box shadow to the figure elements displayed. And now let's go down here. Aha, there's that border shadow. Awesome. And we also, let's see, preventing the width of the figure elements from expanding past the width of the image that they contain. Awesome. So open and do a print preview, and it will show the same styles. We don't need to do that one. So that's page 236. So as you can already see, it looks a lot better than it did before, and that was at min of 460 is when that happened. Okay, so now testing layouts with an emulator. Now, before we make our websites publicly available, I keep saying it, it's important to test it on as many devices as possible. And you don't have to own every single device out there to make that happen. We can use an emulator, which runs on a computer that approximates the sizes of the dimensions and behaves in a wide range of devices, as a wide range of devices. Well, some devices and mobile operating systems release device-specific emulators. It can be simpler to use a single emulator that emulates a wide range of devices. And that is why we're using Chrome, because Chrome has a great one built in. So this lesson requires that we have a current version of Google Chrome installed. I do. and we can download the current version if we don't have it at google.com/Chrome. And so it says click the Customize and Control Google Chrome button, which looks like a hamburger button, and go to More Tools, then go to Developer Tools. We're already there. That's what this whole thing is on the screen. And then it says click the Toggle Device Mode button. So that's what, you see how it looks like a little tablet here and a mobile phone? Oh, it's so neat, right? And then click the device box. Oh, this is so neat. It's pretty cool. And we see the different styles over here. And see how we added that media query? And it's right here, min width 460. Oh, that's so neat. Okay. So Google toggle, I can't talk today, toggle device toolbar, Control-Shift-M is the shortcut to it. So we see here, excuse me, and then it says click the toggle device mode button, click the device box, and click Google Nexus. So let's see. We even have some JavaScript that's applying here. Too neat. Okay. Ah, where did my screen go?